and Keith, and we'll move on and try something different. But I'm looking forward to this, something exciting. This is Coach Browne came into town and said, hey, we'll try something like this. And me and John, we've done something similar years ago with the Saturday morning armchair quarterback show. We were given scores after the game happened. Now we're going to be talking about before the game even starts. Good to have John Gladden here, Keith Ball. Keith, good to have you, man. Chris, the only one of the four not here with us now. He'll be with us coming up tomorrow night because we've got like a whole weekend of football going on this week.
Yeah, excited about it, guys. We got a ball game, obviously the Albertville Arab game tomorrow night, and then we're going to go over to Douglas and Susan Moore Friday night if we can not have heat stroke tomorrow night.
And if they don't keep moving it back much later, so 8 o'clock kickoff for the Douglas Susan Moore game we just found out. But we're here inside of Legends. I want to thank Legends of Albertville for sponsoring this, allowing us to come in here and us hang out. I see the basketball crew over there. New coach over there with Alex Maston and Maverick Smith over there hanging out. I guess they want to come in here and kind of see how it's done, John.
I think so. I think they may be trying to make a ploy for when basketball season gets here. Legends and during basketball season.
But Legends at Crossroads Mall, Highway 431, Albertville. Good crowd coming in tonight. Saw some former Aggie players here. Jay Raines over to my right here. So he's in here. Come on down, join us sometime. If you can't be here tonight, you can listen to us, of course. You can listen to us online. We'll be here every Wednesday night from 6 to 7. We're going to give Coach Browne a chance. When his food gets here, Coach, we'll give you a chance to catch your breath because you just left practice a few minutes ago, didn't you?
Well, we just, right now we're putting helmet stickers on in the locker room. They just got done. Our booster club fed our kids and little pasta. And then they'll feed them in the morning, and then we'll feed them after school tomorrow, and we'll get on the cheese wagon and head to A-Rab.
Coach, thank you you came into town and said, hey, I'd like to try to do something like this.
Yeah.
John helped work this out. Legends is kind enough to be part of it. So I think it's a great idea. It is helping give the kids a chance. We're going to talk to some of the players tonight and hopefully every week, Coach.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole idea behind this for me. I mean, I want to get our kids on there and spotlight some of those kids. You know, we're gonna have a special teams player of the week every week, and that kid's going to be treated like the king of Albertville all week because special teams are the most important teams, and so we really want our kids to buy into that stuff. So we're going to do that, and then we got Colin Parker here. Colin was our scout team player of the week this week. He's been doing a great job, and we'll put him on there and let him talk to you guys. You all ask him some questions. He's one of those kids, gives great effort every day at practice. And so for me, I think it's a good way to spotlight kids and let them get, I remember going on the being a 16-year-old and being on the radio and the TV when I was playing high school football and then college ball and all that stuff. And so we just want to get our kids recognized, and I think this is a great way to do it.
A lot of kids, they play on teams. They don't even have a radio station to even broadcast the games.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams do, but they might get their name mentioned once or twice. But on nights like this, they get a chance not only to have their name mentioned, we get to hear their thoughts and just kind of talk to them for a few minutes.
Yeah. I think it's, it's like, what I've always done with my teams on game day, we're going to wear ties. And so the idea behind that, first of all, it's a business. For us, it's all about business that day. We're going on a business trip over to Arab, and we want to go take care of business. And so, our kids wear ties on game day. And one of the things, the thought behind that I thought about was, a lot of these kids will graduate from high school and not know how to tie a tie.
Sure.
And I think it's important that they learn that and they learn how to tie a tie. So I'm sure in the morning we'll be probably tying about 40 ties as coaches, but we'll make those guys learn how to do that. And then the following 2 weeks, you're going to tie your own tie. So you better learn. So that's how I learned. My dad telling me, okay, I'm going to show you this twice, And so anyway, I think it's just a way to get kids to learn that. So, you go on an interview, you want a job, you got to look presentable. So that's just one of those ways to do it.
Before we get into more of what's happened this week and get ready for Arab, let's just talk about you real quick. Your first chance to be on the radio with us. Tell us a little bit about Coach Browne. What brings you here, Coach?
Well, I've been coaching college football the last few years at my alma mater, Tennessee Tech, and I got married 2 years ago, and my wife is a Putnam County girl, and she graduated from Tennessee Tech also, just like me, but I graduated a few years before she did. But anyway, I talked to her probably last year about this time, and and I just said, I think I'm ready to get back into high school coaching, and I wanted to do it in a football state where they're football crazy. And so I interviewed for some jobs in Georgia, was offered a job in Georgia, and I didn't think it was the right fit for my wife and me, and looked at jobs in Georgia or in Alabama, saw Albertville was open, looked at it, did a lot of research, saw that they hadn't been very, very good the last few years and that kind of stuff. And then I came down, I interviewed with Jordan Phillips, our principal, and Matt Lambert, our athletic director, and Todd Watkins, our assistant superintendent, and left that interview and was like, I could work here, a beautiful facility, great town, and it's just a great place to live. And, me and my wife love it, and it's close to home, really, for her. I mean, we're 2.5 hours from Cookeville, Tennessee, basically. And then my mom is in her 80s, and Richmond, Kentucky's not too far away. I can get home if I need to see her. And so, I just felt it was important to get somewhere they love football and, somewhere that we could live and retire.
The radio crew, we have the pleasure of going to see different stadiums now. Since you've been able to compare this to some of the other schools you've been to, how does the facilities compare to some of the other places?
Well, I mean, Albertville's got a beautiful stadium, and of course we got a new indoor. We were in there today practicing after school because of the heat, and so it was one of those deals where for me, I mean, I've been a lot of places and seen a lot of stadiums because as a college football coach, you're recruiting, going on the road, going to different states, flying all over the place. But Albertville to me is a beautiful facility. It's as pretty as any football stadium you're going to see, and you can tell that it was, that brick and stuff just makes that just a special place to me. And I just think it doesn't get much better than that. Really.
Absolutely. Coach, we got a lot of questions we want to ask you, but you better get to eating first. You got two players here. They may finish off your wings before you get a chance to eat them, Coach.
They better not.
So we're gonna take a quick break and come back with some more comments, talking to Aggie head coach Bert Browne. It's the Albertville Aggie Coach Bert Browne Show here on Power 107.5.
Legends in Albertville and Guntersville is your place for family fun. Come have dinner with us in Albertville for Tuesday night bingo, 85-cent wings on Wednesday, karaoke Thursday, and live music on Friday and Saturday nights. Guntersville Legends has bingo on Wednesdays, live music on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and karaoke on Friday. Something for everyone at Legends with 2 locations, Highway 431 in Albertville and Legends on the Lake at Valmonte in Guntersville.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
This week, Foodland Plus in Albertville has Angus beef New York strip steak on sale at $7.99 a pound. Assorted pork chops family pack $1.79 a pound. Ziegler Jumbo Franks 16 ounce 2 for $7. California grown red or black seedless grapes $1.69 a pound. General Mills large size Cheerios 2 for $7. Hunt's pasta sauce 24 ounce 4 for $5. 6 mega rolls Cottonelle bath tissue or 6 big rolls Viva paper towels $7.99 each. At Foodland Plus in Albertville.
Get fiber, get faster with the best internet ever. FTC's world-class fiber network is here, providing the most robust broadband technology available today. With download speed starting at up to 100 megabytes per second, FTC has the high-speed internet that you are looking for. FTC, keeping you connected. For more information, visit farmerstell.com or call 256-638-2144.
And welcome back to the Legends of Albertville. Barry Galloway, John Gladden, Keith Ball here. Coach Bert Browne's taking a quick wing break.
I'm
See how fast he
I'm
can eat
laughing
these
at the
wings.
music that we came back and I had flashbacks of the after-school dance when we got there. That's how old that song was.
Yeah, that's right.
Give Coach Browne a chance to have some food real quick. And we've got a couple of players with us now. John, who's with us?
So we got Colin Parker, and we're going to talk to him first, sophomore. Colin actually got the nod from Coach Browne this week. I think it's pretty cool why he got the nod this week. He's a running back, but he's also Scout Team Player of the Week. And the only way that those other guys get better is by the younger guys coming in and really pitching,
Sure.
trying to be as good as they can, the best that they can be on the Scout team to give them a really good look at what the opponent's going to be Friday night. So, Colin, glad you're with us. Congratulations, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So just give me when you know that you're back there and you're a Scout team player, and all of us have been there. Okay, so at some point in your career, you've been there's the beater and the beatee. All right, so we've been the beatee. Every one of us at this table has been there before. So with that being said, I mean, what when you come out of the locker room, you're dressed up, you know you're on the Scout team, you're the running back for Arab this week, right? That's what you're trying to mimic. So what kind of mentality do you have when you go into practice that week, knowing that I'm trying to give our team the best look possible?
You know, it's just fun going out there and going up against like the varsity. But like the offensive line really have to step up and go up against the bigger guys. So you're just facing the fact that they're just much bigger than you, but it's just fun to be out there.
So next quick question is, did you get anybody this week? Did you give somebody the business this week? You can tell us.
We got a no over
wait
here.
a minute. We got a no over here.
I give him the work all the time.
Did you give him the business? I like it. I like it, brother.
So what about the new coaching staff here? What do you think? Not because Coach is sitting here. He's not listening around. He's busy chewing on wings. But so what do you think? How's it been so far?
They're much better. Like they just push us more, and we in the weight room. It's just more of like we have to get stuff done. We don't have much like time, but we have to get it done through that amount of time we have. It's much better, much more fun.
So what about the weight room? Can you tell a difference in like from day one when you got in there to like say today? Can you tell a little stronger, a little faster?
Yeah, it's just we're much more stronger. I feel like we got Coach Hoffer. He pushes us a lot. If we don't get our stuff done, then we have to push ups. We have to do burpees.
Got to ask you about the heat. I mean, everybody's been talking about the heat. So has it affected you any of this week?
Yeah, it affects all of us really.
I know, it's got to.
It's we practiced one time. I think it was like 103, 102.
Wow.
It's hot.
So how nice is it to have an indoor facility to walk into? Like I guess you guys were in there today, the new building, the new kinesiology building. That's something you'll probably not find any other schools like that in this area, anywhere around. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the transfer, from walking outside to inside, feels so much better.
Wow. So that's going to be something good to have, like rainy days. You don't have to worry about hey, instead of no practice, you can walk in there and just take it easy in there. I wouldn't say take it easy, but you have practice in there. So you got to be honored to have something like that here in Albertville.
Yes, sir.
Well, up until this point, if you had one of those rainy, stormy days, correct me if I'm wrong, Christian, you going in shells, you going in tennis shoes, and you going in a gym somewhere, right? So now you can actually get on a 25-yard field with an end zone indoor and full regulation width, the whole 9 yards, so you can run your offensive, defensive play.
Either that or you're getting nasty. I mean, you're out there and you're trying to beat the rain a little bit, and you're still getting trying to get a little run in, and then you got to go in there and you got to wash all that stuff and get everything ready. I think it's awesome. Colin and what you're doing, Coach, with the Scout Team Player of the Week, I think that's fantastic. When Coach Poole was here, I ran a lot of the Scout Team guys, and we would put the stuff together and going against those ones and getting them a great look. But I tell you, Colin, you'll get noticed if you're working hard and you're doing that Scout Team stuff and you're busting your butt. You'll get noticed, and then you'll start getting run with those older guys, especially as you get a little bit older. That's a way you can stand out.
So Christian over there next to you, so Is he pretty good? Is he? What do you think? What do you give him? 1 to 10. Well, where's he ranking there?
About a 7.
Okay. He's got room to improve then, don't he? Exactly. So what about A-Rab tomorrow night?
Early season.
So what do you know about A-Rab?
We went and watched them like I don't know when they played last week.
Etowah when they played the scrimmage game, right?
The Etowah Blue Devils.
Gotcha.
Say that with reverence.
John went to school at Etowah, so just ignore him. Yeah. So what do you think?
I think it's gonna be a good game, close. Maybe like fourth. It's gonna be a fourth quarter game for real.
Gotcha. Well, Kyler, we appreciate you being here. We'll get you something to eat. If you would pass it over to Christian here, and we'll see how he feels being a 7 out of 10 here. So he might can improve on that. So this is Christian Ramirez.
Christian Ramirez called that name for many years now.
And Christian
the Ramirez name.
Man, I got to tell you, last year it was an honor, seriously, watching you play. Man, last year you were impressive. You played some good football last year, Christian. Enjoyed you.
Yes, sir.
Now we got to move on from a 7 and get up to a 10. Can we handle that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed we can.
So, Christian, how long have you been playing football? How many years you been playing?
I'd say I started middle school, 7th grade, and this will be my 4th year playing.
So compared last year to this year, from what you've seen like during the summertime, what's your thoughts on what you've gone through this year compared to last year?
Last year was for sure not prepared enough, not actually working as hard as we are now. And I feel like the coaches have a plan. We know what we're going to do, and just been working hard like ever since we started football, and just feel good about this year.
When you say working hard, what kind of things are you talking about that you're doing maybe differently this year you didn't do last year?
Maybe more of like trying to be more explosive, like the little things, focus on the little things a lot more, just focus on being more powerful, strong, etc. like that.
Man, you're a big guy, Chris.
Yeah.
I'd say, how's the weight room helped you improve?
A good bit. I've gone up like about 50 pounds, like 60 pounds on my squat, bench, a good bit too, about like 315 almost.
Yeah. Christian, what's it like? I mean, I can't imagine. I can, but I can't. We talked yesterday, and we talked about how that new coaching staff came in, and when I was in high school, and you started that legacy, right? So here comes this new staff. I just want to get your thoughts, because there was something that you said a few moments ago, which is focusing on the little things. Preparation is a little bit different. What is it like? And I understand that I think Coach Oliver's, he's still your position coach.
Yes, sir.
So Coach Oliver's your position coach. But the defensive coordinator is a collegiate defensive coordinator.
Yes.
Your head coach is a collegiate head coach. Your offensive coordinator that y'all get to go against over there is a collegiate coach, and, oh, by the way, was a NFL quarterback, right?
Yes, sir.
What is it like having that knowledge, that level of expertise on the practice field every single day?
Feels amazing, actually, because, like, obviously practice, we got to practice hard, but, like, in games, that really is going to help us a lot. Like, little things, switch-ups, like, mid-game, they know their smarts, experience. So I'm really confident in us, and just give it all the coaches and just giving us keys. Ways to go with that.
Now, you say you started playing football when you were in 7th grade. Now, I got a feeling you were holding a pad for Edgar before that. Because y'all know Coach Ramirez used to be with me when I was coaching here, and I actually coached him when he was in high school. And Christian's Edgar's little brother, and Edgar went about 285, something like that. So Christian started early, and he's kind of got that football in his blood, and he comes from an awesome background and got a great family.
So.
Now, Christian, you're one of the defensive tackles.
Yes.
Inside defensive tackle.
Well, I'm a DN now.
They moved you out to DN now. Yeah. Well, y'all are playing a 3-4, right?
Front, yes, sir.
All right. So you got JJ in there with you?
Yes.
JJ's last name is
Staten.
Staten, right? JJ Staten. And then who on the other side? Who's your other line mate on the other side?
Reed Kitchens.
Reed Kitchens. Tell us about that group of three. Not only because obviously y'all are defensive end and then nose in the defensive end, but you guys have been together for a while, so you're like developing a chemistry along that defensive front.
Yes, sir. Well, with our chemistry, like you said, is really good. I mean, we could communicate stuff like if one of our guys like thinks they can handle one or the other, we'll switch, or like we'll communicate little things, get each other right on the same page, and just go on with that.
Awesome.
Can you feel each of them are growing closer together, not just as a team, but as friends, as on the field and off the field? Can you feel that a little?
Yes, yes,
maybe
sir.
a closeness coming.
We make plans other than football and just get more time together.
Well, and yesterday I saw whenever you were the ones and y'all were out there practicing, and then you came off and the twos took your place. What I loved, and you probably didn't even notice that I was watching, but what I watched was when you guys came off and you came over there, and I think Julia squirted me with some water, so that was goofing around. I coached all of them when they were peewee. But what I really loved was when the twos were going, that you three guys were standing together and you were chit-chatting about what the twos were doing and what you were seeing out there in terms of when they were running the scout. Y'all were still talking about what y'all were seeing even though y'all weren't going at that time.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about what that's like when y'all come off, and it may be putting you on the spot for your head coach, but is there always now, because of that chemistry, that concentration? We're going to come and get us a sip of water, but then we're going to watch and keep watching to see how we can get better?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Well, yes, because obviously when we're on the field, we can't see everything.
Right.
But when we're on the field, we can see how they are, and, like, that helps us. But also as a team, they're giving us a break, and they're getting us, like, time to have a break as well and getting them reps. And they're good enough as much as us, and I'm confident in them giving us rotations, and just I feel good about that.
Awesome.
So, watch out, Coach. Christian's eyeing those French fries right there. I saw him. So, Christian, you're going to be a sophomore this time?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Christian feels like he's been around for about 5 years because he started last year as a freshman, and JJ's a freshman also, or he was a freshman last year, sophomore this year, correct?
No, he was a sophomore.
He's a junior. Okay, because they feel like they've been around forever because both of them have been starting for so long, and they're still young guys. But then you've got Reed will be a senior.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so and like you were talking about a second ago, that continuity, you can't replicate it. You can't fake it. And they're getting even though you're running a kind of a different front on the defense. You're moving from that 4-man front to a 3-man front. You're doing a little bit of different stuff. Y'all played together so much, like John was talking about. You almost know what each other is thinking. You know how each other moves. You know how fast he's going to come off the ball. And, like, if y'all run any stunts or do anything like that, you know how that guy's going to move. And that is so important when you're going to get somebody that y'all can work together. And y'all are just like that wall that moves together and does different things. That's awesome. Can't wait to see it tomorrow night. Talk about that. Talk about moving from that 4-man front to a 3-man front. And how you've had to kind of change your game a little bit and do some stuff different.
Well, changing from a 4-man front to a 3-man front is kind of difficult because you're kind of basically learning a new whole position. And, I mean, little fundamentals, I mean, they go with it, but also adds on to that. But other than that, I picked it up pretty quick, and so did they. It wasn't really hard for us because it was pretty easy. But knowing how they are and how I am, it just makes us even better, knowing the chemistry. And when we call a play like that, we communicate and make sure everybody's on the same page and just go on with that.
I got you. And you're playing interior last year as a 4-man front guy, and you're down there. I mean, you're in the trenches. You're in it deep. Maybe we can get you out there on the edge this year, and you can do some speed rush stuff and get some sacks this year.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited about those three, Coach Browne.
Yeah.
And I know you don't have your headset on, and forgive me for even punching it that way, but what I'm excited about is you have that experience to where if somebody's not playing to that level, that you got two that's going to call them out. So you've got a level of what we expect you to play at that level. And if you dogging it, I got two. You know, it's not like one senior trying to dog out a couple of youngsters. It's you got three horses up there, and if you know, and I'm sure that these two, if the senior was sloughing off, would call him out over on the sideline.
Absolutely.
So that's what, and you're doing it in love. That's like when we were talking about yesterday. Look to your left, look to your right. Who is that? That's your brothers, right? That's who we're going, right? Exactly right.
Got to ask you, Christian, how big a boy are you? When we call your name out tomorrow night, how big will we be saying Christian Ramirez is this year?
I'd say I've came a long way since last year. That first year is basically taking it all in, basically. First year starting as a freshman, really tough, but I came across all that and became a better player, better person, better mentality, and just ready to go in for year 2 varsity.
What about size-wise? What are we up to now?
Last year, I was pretty light, to be honest, I mean, people didn't think so, but I felt like I had to get a lot bigger. So to get a lot more competition by like about 2 burgers since then.
Yeah.
You about 230, 235?
I'm about, that's how much I was then.
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm like about 250.
I got you.
Can you still feel yourself moving just as good
yeah.
as well as you did last year?
And nothing has changed. Speed-wise, muscle-wise, I've gotten up on that. Just technique-wise, I feel like I've got better at that as well.
Would you attribute that to the fact that we have a where you literally have a strength and conditioning coach who also came from the collegiate ranks as well, that was able to get that pounds on you without you losing that mobility and that speed?
Yes, he was really impact on that with me. He knows exactly what he's doing.
As you watch the diet, Coach Browne just put away 36 wings. Is that on your diet at all, Christian? Or are you allowed to?
Not necessarily throughout the season.
Gotcha. Okay, when season's over, you can get back on the wings.
Oh yeah, I can do it myself.
Give a shout out to your strength and conditioning coach. Give me his name again. Give everybody
Coach
his name.
Alford.
Coach Alford.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
One last question. Conditioning, the summer you've been through, tomorrow night's going to be extremely hot. Conditioning, you got to think it's paid off. Get you guys ready for tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Yes, it definitely has. Even with Coach Browne, he's been telling us how other teams he's been with made them run after practice, and that I feel like that's a really good impact on us. Even if we're tired, we still got to go through and get that finished.
All right, Christian Ramirez, an Albertville Aggie. Hey, it's a pleasure having you with us. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back. We're at Legends of Albertville. Come out and join us. Come here every Wednesday night from 6 to 7. We're going to be talking to Aggie head coach Browne coming up again in a second. We'll take a time out. You're listening to the Albertville Aggie Coach Bert Browne Show on Power 107.5.
Get fiber, get faster with the best internet ever. FTC's world-class fiber network is here, providing the most robust broadband technology available today. With download speed starting at up to 100 megabytes per second, FTC has the high-speed internet that you are looking for. FTC, keeping you connected. For more information, visit farmerstell.com or call 256-638-2144.
It's football time in Alabama, one of the best times of the whole year. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. It often seems like this world is changing so fast every single day. But it's nice to know that fall Friday nights in Alabama are still the same. To all the football players, cheerleaders, and band members, I hope you have a successful, safe, and winning season. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones with Randy Jones & Associates, your independent insurance agency. We've been proudly serving our community now for over 44 years. We know finding the right protection for you, your family, your business, and your future is important. RGAA is here to help you find with affordable, customized coverage that best fits your needs. Stop by Randy Jones & Associates office or give us a call for a free, no-obligation quote.
And welcome back to the Albertville Aggie Coach Bert Browne Show. We're Legends of Albertville. Come out to join us here at Galloway Youth Ball. John Glad here, Coach Browne, a couple of Aggie players. Just having a little dinner now, talking over dinner. I guess we're having to wait till we finish, though, Coach. You had the pleasure of going in and having a nice little meal.
I had a salad.
Yeah.
Which is not usually my repertoire, as my old college coach used to say.
Coach, go back to last week. I know you were hoping to have a scrimmage game. Things happened, but how has that affected you getting ready for tomorrow night's game? I know you were hoping to have that game. Is that something that you really think you needed to be able to have the players out there?
Definitely would have liked to. But, you know, I think that maybe we'll be a little more hungry to hit somebody else.
Sure.
You know, because these guys are ready to play against somebody else and be able to hit other people instead of each other. So what worries me, special teams worries me. Anytime that you haven't gone live against anybody else in the special teams deal, it can be a little scary. So, it's a little bit different kicking a field goal when you're out at practice.
Sure.
And when you got a bunch of people screaming and yelling or punting the ball and those kind of things. So, that's one of the things that concerns me the most is how are we going to do special teams wise.
Coach, you talk about, the you were at the collegiate level and you talked about it a few minutes ago before the break, and then you and I have you've coached there, we've played at that level. What is it? And you said, hey, I'm leaving the collegiate game, to come back to the high school game. And man, I completely commend you for that, because I think that college football is kind of becoming more like a business than it was, when we all played in the NILs, and I'd have probably made the first ever negative NIL deal. I'd had to pay somebody to be on the field. But tell me what your thought process is. You've coached at that level. Now you're coaching at this level, and the difference between coaching the college game and the collegiate athlete and coaching the high school game and the high school athlete.
Well, you don't deal with parents at the college level.
That's true.
If they don't like it, they can take their son and go somewhere else, because we got a full scholarship to give to somebody else.
Right.
And it's a business. I mean, it is a business. And, if parents complain and do all that stuff, at the college level, you just say, well, see you later.
Right. Right.
And then, you're coaching a different athlete, because you're coaching guys that are committed.
Right.
All right. That aren't just playing because their dad wants them to play, or they want to get a girlfriend, or, that they're, it's their business. It's a business.
Right.
So, the college guys understand that, and they understand what it is, and you talk to them a little bit differently than you talk to high school kids. And college guys don't get away with injuries. My shin's hurting. They go into the trainer and see the team doctor, and there's nothing wrong with you. You got a bruise. And so it's a little bit frustrating to coach the high school level in those kind of aspects, when you got to teach. I tell kids all the time, there's a difference between pain and injury. Right? Everybody on a football field is going to be in pain, besides maybe the kicker, when he gets hit sometimes. But that kind of aspect of it, I loved the recruiting at the college level. I loved going out, talking to coaches, going in homes and talking to parents and the kids, and trying to get them to come to my university and play. And I really enjoyed that. A lot of guys, you'll hear a lot of guys, well, man, I don't like going out recruiting. I loved it. I loved getting on the road and doing that, and flying places and seeing different places and going all over the country. And but now it's one of those deals. High school, you're going to get more breaks. I mean, college right now at the college level, there is no breaks. I mean, it's gotten ridiculous, really. And, coaches have done it to themselves, wanting to, we got the kids here in the summer, we ought to be able to spend time with them. So they pass this 8-hour-a-week rule. So now all these college coaches, I want to say, something else about them. They've created more work for themselves.
Right.
I mean, that should be okay. You got all these camps you got to do anyway, and now you're going to throw that in there. Well, if everybody's not doing it, it's not hurting anybody. If the rules are that way for every coach, every college, they can't go out for 8 hours a week with their kids, and that includes weightlifting and stuff. But I think we would have them for maybe 3.5 hours a week, that we could get out there and do stuff as a team and do some stuff, and in June and July and May, and so you're constantly working, which I love the game, but when I was a single man, it was a little bit different, because I didn't have nothing else to do, and when you get married and you got a wife and you want to spend time with her, it really takes its toll on you mentally, I think, at that level. You know, now I don't feel sorry for the guys in the SEC. They make a lot of money.
Yep.
They take a lot different vacation than the guys at Tennessee Tech take. I can promise you that, because they make a lot more money. But even still, those guys, I mean, they're working all the time too. And I just think they need to do something about college football that the recruiting is kind of is a different thing, because kids are going to all these camps. You know, I don't encourage kids to go to all of these camps. You don't need to go to 10 camps in the summer, you know. And I'm going to do a good job about that. And I know our coaching staff that's coached at the college level, you know, I'm going to talk to coaches. Hey, if you're not really interested in this guy, I'm not sending him to your camp, because I don't want our kids getting burnt out running and doing all that stuff. And so I can take a little different approach than maybe some that haven't been at that level and understand the camps and the situation. Because you go to a camp and you don't run well, we're right after that camp's over, we're in the staff meeting room and we're talking about kids, and we X guys out many times. Well, he doesn't run well, he's off the list. He doesn't bend well, he's off the list. He's stiff, he doesn't bend. You know, he can't do this, can't do that. So when you go to those camps, you know, and I tell our kids, I know everybody wants to go to Alabama's camp, get the Nick Saban T-shirt. Do that now when you're a kid, when you're an 8th grader or a 9th grader. But after that, if you're serious about playing college football, don't waste your time going to Alabama's camp if Alabama ain't recruiting you.
Right.
You know, so go to the camps that those guys are recruiting you at.
Yeah, we just brought up an awesome point right there, Coach. You know, we had a running back down the road, went to a school down the road a couple of years back that was one of the best running backs to come through this area. Ended up going over to A&M, Jordan Bentley, guys. You remember Jordan?
Yep.
And that was one thing that I heard some of the coaches say. And he would go to these camps, and they said, "Well, he didn't run good. You know, he was a 4.6 or 4.7 guy. But when you look at his film, he was so much faster on the field. He was football fast.
Yeah.
He was a ball player.
Yeah.
But going into something else, Coach, when you take over a job like Albertville. And I guess the first thing you got to do is come and you got to win the interview. You know, you got to get hired. But I guess the next thing you got to do is you got to come in and you've got to, I guess, win the locker room.
Yeah.
You've got to get those guys to buy in. Talk about, if you don't care, some of those older guys and maybe even some of these younger guys that's played a lot last year, but those juniors and seniors that you had to kind of win them over, earn their trust, and get them to buy in. So they're leaders. Where you don't, some of that stuff as a coach, you don't have to be a leader, a vocal leader. You get those guys to buy in and take over and do that job.
That's something that we really need to work on. You know, we need to work on some older guys being more vocal and being in charge. And you know, we've only got 9 seniors and 9 juniors. So when you don't have numbers there, it might be harder to find that guy that's vocal and does that kind of stuff. And so for me, this has probably been the toughest one I've ever taken over as far as changing the culture and making these guys understand we don't walk off the field. We don't do that. We're not going to act like idiots on the sideline. We're not going to do that. You're not going to be playing. You're going to be standing on the sideline watching if you don't do the little things. And so that's been tough. Now, the first, you know, and I've told the kids this. I said, you know, we've come a long way from the first day in April when we did our Red Dawn at 6:30 that morning. And, man, I called my wife. I said, man, I said, honey, I think I made a mistake, because she was still in Tennessee finishing the school year. I said, good night, this is bad. And so they just had to learn that this is the culture that it's going to be. This is how we're going to do it. And if you don't want to do that, then you're not going to be a part of it. And so we've come miles, and we got so much better from that first day to the last day in April that we did that. But that's what it has encouraged me throughout the last few months is the hard work these kids are. And I tell them this all the time. They are special. Now, they're not better than everybody else, and I tell them, you don't go through school and think that you're better than people, but you are special because you're doing things that nobody else will do at Albertville High School. This football, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to play football. Right. It's hot. You're getting hit on. You're doing all that stuff. It is a tough man's game, and And so I tell the guys all the time, I'm proud of you. You are special for what you're doing. We had guys rolling in 4 days a week this summer, at 6:45 in the morning for 7:30 start. And, we usually kept them from 7:30 to 10:30. That's 4 days a week in the summer, man. And a lot of kids are still sleeping and doing that stuff. So these guys have been committed, and they've worked hard. And I truly believe that's going to pay off. And I keep telling them that because I have done this a few times and taken over bad programs and won and changed the culture. And, through their hard work and what they've done, they're going to see dividends of that. And, like I told them, I said, tomorrow night, bad things are going to happen to us. I mean, it's a football game. Bad things happen in a football game to you. We might have a turnover. They might score on a long pass, a touchdown. Some kind of something bad's going to happen. We might fumble the ball. They might scoop and score. But it's how you react to that. Losers react in the world's coming to an end. I lose my cool. Winners say, okay, that happened. What do we got to do to fix it? What do we got to do to go down and score or hold this team? Like I told them this morning, I was talking to them, and I said, what if we have a turnover tomorrow night? That's just an opportunity for our defense to go out there and say, hey, we're going to get a 3 and out here. Let's go. This gives us an opportunity to shine. And so, it's the way that you handle yourself as a player. And the culture, changing the culture has been tough. But I think we've got it about where we want it. We'll find out tomorrow night because we're going to have 7 or 8 guys having to play a lot, go both ways. So, but I think we're in shape. We did some things this week in practice. We got to get in that indoor and get out of the heat some. We were Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday because Sunday was our Monday because we played Thursday. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Sunday we were out there all day in the heat, and then Monday and Tuesday, and we were out there for half the time. We did our passing stuff out there. Any long passes that we had to do, we did outside, and then we transitioned back into the indoor, and then today, this afternoon, we were in the indoor the whole time. So I think that's probably going to help our legs, and hopefully that'll help us and give us an advantage over an opponent that doesn't have an indoor.
That's right.
All right, Coach, going to take a break. We'll talk about A-Rab coming up tomorrow night. We're coming to you live from Legends in Albertville. It's the Albertville Aggie head coach Bert Browne show here on Power 107.5.
Legends in Albertville and Guntersville is your place for family fun. Come have dinner with us in Albertville for Tuesday night bingo. 85-cent wings on Wednesday, karaoke Thursday, and live music on Friday and Saturday nights. Guntersville Legends has bingo on Wednesdays, live music on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and karaoke on Friday. Something for everyone at Legends with 2 locations, Highway 431 in Albertville and Legends on the Lake at Valmonte in Guntersville.
It's football time in Alabama, one of the best times of the whole year. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. It often seems like this world is changing so fast every single day, but it's nice to know that fall Friday nights in Alabama are still the same. To all the football players, cheerleaders, and band members, I hope you have a successful, safe, and winning season. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
This week, Foodland Plus in Albertville has Angus beef New York strip steak on sale at $7.99 a pound. Assorted pork chops family pack $1.79 a pound. Ziegler Jumbo Franks 16 ounce 2 for $7. California grown red or black seedless grapes $1.69 a pound. General Mills large size Cheerios 2 for $7. Hunt's pasta sauce 24 ounce 4 for $5. 6 mega rolls Cottonelle bath tissue or 6 big rolls Viva paper towels $7.99 each at Foodland Plus in Albertville.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones with Randy Jones & Associates, your independent insurance agency. We've been proudly serving our community now for over 44 years. We know finding the right protection for you, your family, your business, and your future is important. RGAA is here to help you find with affordable, customized coverage that best fits your needs. Stop by Randy Jones & Associates office or give us a call for a free, no-obligation quote.
And welcome back to the Legends of Albertville, the Albertville Aggie Coach Bert Browne show. Thank you to Legends, the Crossroads Mall, Highway 431 Albertville, dine-in plus outdoor seating. Not tonight. No outdoor seating tonight. Maybe next week, but not tonight. Let's talk about Coach Arab. Arab, you had a chance to go watch them play a Jamboree game against Etowah. So compared to what I'm sure you saw filmed last year, what are your thoughts on Arab tomorrow night?
Well, I mean, they say they lost 22 seniors, but their best athlete, I think, is the Puccio kid. He's their quarterback now, and he's dynamic. He does some things running around and being on the run and that kind of deal. And, anytime, I mean, I know Lee's done a great job there, and anytime that you have a program like he's got where they're hard-nosed, tough kids, and they work their butt off, it doesn't matter how many seniors you lose. You're going to have those classes that are just going to step right in and continue doing what you got to do because they're tough kids and they're well coached. And, they've got some explosive guys that on the perimeter, big number one, I think he's 6'3" or 4", and he can run. And but the Puccio kid, he makes them go. And, the thing that, they come off the sideline, their offense comes off the sideline, and they all go sit down. And I was looking like hopefully 5 or 6 of those guys are going to be out on the field, and they're not. So they're platooning like I'd like to get going here, But that entails us getting kids out and really working hard at the 5th and 6th grade level and the 7th and 8th grade, getting guys to love football and come out, and then one day we can do that. But, we can't do it right now because we don't have the numbers to do it. But, that's kind of scary that they can sit all those guys under a 10 with a cool fan.
Coach, when you look at obviously the first game on the road on a Thursday night, and I don't know if there's any coaches that like Thursday night games per se, especially when you got high school kids and trying to get them, in and get them up the next day.
Communism.
I got my own thoughts about let's start school at 9:30 the next morning if you got a Thursday night game. But anyway, with that being said, Coach, your first game, excuse me, as the Albertville head coach is a game on the road at Arab. Talk about is there? I understand the logistics of getting over there, but is it a different challenge? Is it a different animal for you starting on the road as a head coach, or is it just like, hey guys, it's football and the field's the same no matter where we play?
Well, the worst, because you think, did we get the footballs?
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah, I mean, the first game of the season, being on the road, a lot of things can happen because you can forget stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a checklist that we go over, but still, that being said, I mean, that got checked off, but did somebody pick it up and put it where it needed to go? So that's the scary part of the whole deal is you get over there. Luckily, we're not too far away that we can call back to Albertville and say, hey, go in the locker room and get so-and-so's cleats, because that happens, and that happens throughout the year. Some kid will leave his cleats. But anyway, that to me, the first game on the road is are we gonna remember everything to bring?
Right.
But
and that's kind of part of that culture you're talking about.
Yeah, but luckily we're not too far from home, so we can have somebody run back over here if need be once we get over there. But I do worry about that. I laid in bed last night thinking about that, thinking, man, I have a check-off list that I do, and I was thinking, where is that at? Which little drive have I got that on? I found it, but you worry about that.
Let me ask you, with the two young men sitting here, your chance to brag on them and other Aggies you've seen this summer, players that's caught your attention that will get to call their names out tomorrow night.
Yeah. Well, I think these two guys, and, of course, Christian started as a freshman. He works his rear end off in the weight room, and, and he goes hard. He doesn't take breaks. He's one of those guys that you can count on, and they're going to get tired tomorrow night. And like I told them, I said, when you get tired, let us know, because we want guys in there that are fresh. Don't be selfish. If you're not going to go with full speed, you need to come out and get a break. But Xavier Havis is a kid that I think is going to do some good things for us, and Elijah Felis and Reed Kitchens and those guys. I think Hunter Smith is a heck of an athlete. Cooper Scott, both of those guys are wide receivers. They're both our starting safeties, and it's just one of those deals where we've got a few kids that you're going to be calling their name a lot, both sides of the ball.
Sure. What about conditioning? I know this has been a horrible week for high school football. What have you done anything different to get the players ready for tomorrow night?
Not really. I mean, we come inside some, to get our legs, get the heat off of our legs, because you're on that turf and it's real hot on that turf, and that runs your legs down. And so I really, I thought about that last week. I said, it's going to be hot this week. We're going to have to go out and do some long ball passing stuff, because we're going to have to defend some of that stuff. And so we went out some and then came in, so I think that helps.
We'll take one last break and come back and wrap things up. It's the Albertville Aggie and Coach Bert Browne show here on Power 107.5 FM.
It's football time in Alabama, one of the best times of the whole year. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. It often seems like this world is changing so fast every single day, but it's nice to know that fall Friday nights in Alabama are still the same. To all the football players, cheerleaders, and band members, I hope you have a successful, safe, and winning season. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Get fiber, get faster with the best internet ever. FTC's world-class fiber network is here, providing the most robust broadband technology available today. With download speed starting at up to 100 megabytes per second, FTC has the high-speed internet that you are looking for. FTC, keeping you connected. For more information, visit farmerstell.com or call 256-638-2144.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones with Randy Jones & Associates, your independent insurance agency. We've been proudly serving our community now for over 44 years. We know finding the right protection for you, your family, your business, and your future is important. RGAA is here to help you find with affordable, customized coverage that best fits your needs. Stop by Randy Jones & Associates office or give us a call for a free, no-obligation quote.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
This week, Foodland Plus in Albertville has Angus beef New York strip steak on sale at $7.99 a pound. Assorted pork chops family pack $1.79 a pound. Ziegler Jumbo Franks 16 ounce 2 for $7. California grown red or black seedless grapes $1.69 a pound. General Mills large size Cheerios 2 for $7. Hunt's pasta sauce 24 ounce 4 for $5. 6 mega rolls Cottonelle bath tissue or 6 big rolls Viva paper towels $7.99 each at Foodland Plus in Albertville.
And also back to Legends of Albertville. So thank you again to Legends for providing us a beautiful place to do our little coaching show here. The idea of Coach Bert Browne here came in and said, hey, I think we should do this. And I've had a great time. And our hope is our coach every week bringing in more players. I give us a chance to brag on the players and some of your other coaches. Yeah. Love to have them too.
Yeah, we're going to do that. And like I said, our special teams player of the week is going to come every week and talk. And, and this is a good thing for the kids. Like I said, I think it's something that, it's a big deal to them. And they get to talk on the radio. And so it's a lot of fun, I think.
It's a big deal for us because we love Albertville football. Regardless of the season, we love bragging on the kids. It's all about the kids. It's not about us. It's not about. It's not about them. I mean, we love the coaches, yes, but it's about the kids.
Yeah.
Love to see them get out there and compete.
Yeah, definitely. And I've for me, as a coach, as you go and you learn in your coaching career, I just want to see, I enjoy these guys seeing good things happen and understanding what hard work can do for you in your life. That's why I think football is the greatest game in the world, because it teaches you so much about life. Because there's many a time on a football field I wanted to lay there because I was, about to die.
Right.
And you got to get up because you got teammates counting on you. So there's a lot of great lessons in football.
Yeah, and Barry, I've heard Barry say it a million times. I guess is this my 4th or 5th year with you? I think it's my 5th year.
Yeah.
Barry's is big on, and we call Barry the GOAT because he's been doing this for 38 years.
Longer than you were born.
Yeah, pretty close. But Barry's big on getting the kids the recognition, and we want them to be able to go back on a Saturday and watch our broadcast, or go back 10 years later, find it on YouTube or whatever, and go back and watch it. So we really try to make it all about the kids. And I think one job that we have, especially with you coming in and being new, and you're trying to change that culture, and you're trying to build that foundation, especially for these seniors this year. They put that work in, and they might not see all the rewards this year from all that work, but they're setting the standard. They're building that foundation, and I feel like it's our job as radio guys that we don't let people forget that. We're gonna make them look like heroes out there, because hey, as a senior, you get 10 ball games guaranteed, unless something crazy like COVID happens. But you get 10 ball games guaranteed, and then for a lot of those guys, they're done. Their football career is over. Right. So we want to brag on them. We want them, and they're our guys. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Coach, one final question, at least for me, is we've talked about the chemistry of the defensive guys up front. We've talked about you coming in and changing the culture and having younger players in these positions. In one glaring position where you got a young cat in there is at quarterback.
Yeah.
We can make comments about where our other quarterback went, but I think everybody knows that story, so we'll leave that one alone. But what I do want to talk to you about is your quarterback. His name again is
Des Revolt.
Des Revolte, and so Des is getting the start at quarterback. So what I would love to hear from you is, from the time you got him and said you're going to be our guy to right now, the growth and the development over that short length of time, and what you see as the possible future for Dez at that quarterback position.
Well, Dez is a great athlete. He can run. He can do things with his feet, and he has gotten much better throwing the ball. I watched him throw in the spring, and I was like, hey, this guy needs to play quarterback. And for us, it's just what the doctor ordered, having Dez, because we're going to have a young offensive line in spots. So if things break down, Dez is that guy that's got the feet to make things happen and move around and stuff. So we got lucky in that aspect, that we've got a kid that's mobile and can run around. And he's gotten so much better throwing the football the last few months. I know Coach Karcher's our offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. And, of course, I've been a quarterback guy all my life and played it in college. And so he, Coach Karcher's been coaching him up, and I throw some comments in there to him every now and then. But now his accuracy's gotten a lot better now. And we told him, you're going to make mistakes. I mean, I threw interceptions. Coach Karcher threw interceptions. I mean, we told him that things are going to happen. You can't get down. You can't let that bother you. You've got to forget about that stuff. As a quarterback, you can't dwell on the past. You can't dwell on, even throwing a touchdown. You got to go the next play or the next series, or throwing an interception. You got to go the next series. You can't worry about that, because if you do, it is a half mind or even more mind than physical. Because if you let things cloud your judgment or worry about things, you start holding that ball and not cutting it loose when you should. So, we've told Des, we know bad things are going to happen. We know you're going to make mistakes tomorrow night. You're a first-year playing quarterback and first-time starter on the varsity level as a sophomore. I mean, you're going to make mistakes, but you can't worry about those mistakes. You got to go on from there.
Somebody asked me real quick. I compared him to Nick Marshall the other day. That he throws good enough, you got to keep him honest, but he runs good enough, you got to be honest too.
Yeah, buddy, and he's getting better, and he's just a puppy. He's going to get so much better over the next couple of years, and he's really come a long way and taken ownership of the position.
Coach, time is up. Hey, want to thank, first of all, Colin, Christian, what you guys have done this summer, getting ready for tomorrow night. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Can't wait to call your names tomorrow night. Coach, hey, thank you very much. We're looking forward. We're excited. We love Albertville football.
Yeah, this is
we
great.
can't wait to see tomorrow night you guys in action.
Well, thank you all, and thank you all for what you do for Albertville and Albertville football, and hopefully we'll get a big crowd over there that'll follow us over there and cheer.
Yeah,
us.
you'll have a huge crowd.
You'll have a
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that one,
No,
Coach.
we turn out.
That'd be good.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, Keith, John.
Thanks,
we'll be
Coach.
on the air coming up. Don't forget tomorrow night. It's the